hitting the record button.
All right.
I'm gonna work on this Dauntless. I will keep this minimized, and I'll do this later because the Epic Games is not loading, and I'm not gonna.
I have it downloaded. I'm not gonna download Dauntless right now.
I will
My
start it
in-laws.
as soon as we've finished.
Yeah.
We'll revisit that because I'll give it a try. Not that I have time to play games. I've got Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I played it once.
I can't find a copy anywhere.
It's impossible to find, from what I've heard.
I mean, I could always buy it digitally, but the thing is, it comes with an install disc. So what's the point of buying it digitally?
So that you'll have it.
Here's mine. Is that I have an old PS4. It's only got a 500 gig hard drive in it. I need to upgrade it, but
Still gonna do the install. And also, you can hook up external hard drives to those now, can't you?
Yes, you can, but I have a PSVR also hooked into my system, so I only have one free USB port. So
terrible.
USB hub and plug it in.
Yeah, you could probably do that. But Final Fantasy VII Remake is like 90 gig install.
Yeah,
and I don't. That's why I want an install disk for it. If it comes with the install disk, that way, if I ever have to uninstall it, I just pop the disk in, and I don't have to wait 3 hours for all of it to download.
My Roomba killed my Xbox One.
How?
So,
well, on the same circuit?
No, there was a charging cord hanging out of it.
Ooh.
And up until this point, it has never grabbed a cord and drug it. And if it does drag it, like a half a pound of tension, and it lets it go. This time it got it. It must have wrapped it up good. And next thing I see is the Xbox go shoot right onto the ground, and it won't read CDs anymore.
It got jealous. The Roomba did.
Yeah. The hard drive, like everything else works, so downloaded games works, but I can't read anything off the disk drive. So
you've been forcibly put into the digital era.
Yeah. I'm just going to save up for the next, whatever the next console is. I'm not even going to replace it.
That's how it is. Just in time for the next gen.
Yeah, I know.
Well, interesting thing about that is that Microsoft is responsible for the firmware updates on the Roomba. Just kidding.
They're on the hook.
I knew it. I knew it from the second it just turned straight towards it and made a beeline.
Gunning for it. All right. I guess we can go ahead and start, since we got ourselves a little time bought by us shooting the shit. All right. So last time, party. What did you guys do last time? Let me look at a previous map. You fought some bugmen after rescuing Numeragas, worked your way back, worked your way up the path to the north, saw some regular humans get transformed into dragon men and make their way off to the west after a fruitful conversation with Hafen. Then afterwards, you came down and found everybody else that you came in with. They were taken prisoners by the dragon men, and you have freed them.
We need to interrogate our new friends, because there's another squad of people out there and a dude, and we don't know where they are.
What, another squad of people?
Yeah, there's the dude version of her.
That's right, yeah.
So was that not the who were the soldiers that we saw get turned?
Probably two of her people, right? That's what she said.
It was just two of her people.
But not okay.
So, two things. There's another squad of our people out somewhere that we don't know about. They could be succeeding, or they could also be captured, or they could all be dragon men for all we know. Number 2 is I was thinking about how we've been kind of skipping around combat by Hafen convincing them that we're here on business. And I think we need to leverage that more to get intel of what's going on outside of here.
It's not a bad
So you
idea.
want me to like ask some general questions that would maybe get them to tell me what the overall situation is or something?
Yeah, something. Because, like, I don't know what we do when we leave here. Other than just
Yeah, I
leave.
don't mean run.
And if we have to travel 4 more weeks to get to the next one,
Hmm.
4 more weeks to get where?
to the next dragon,
Oh, I see.
or if this dragons are still raising cities and this one's not even here, or maybe he's taking a break for some reason.
He's kicking it somewhere at a dragon spa.
He's decided to take a 15.
All right, well, you do still have Ufrus, who is back at the other end of the tunnel since he could not fit through. I think the
I thought
plan
we
was
the
for...
potion.
Yeah, someone was going to run and give him the potion. It's a 2-hour potion.
I think Yolanda was
Yeah,
going to do that.
I think we did. I think that's how we ended it. I think we did that real quick.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
was
fine.
sprinting back to.
Yeah, that's
give
fine. Let's drag Ufus's token. Boom. He is here now, but now he is.
Is he that big,
Yeah.
or is he a little bigger?
No, it's a diminution potion. He's smaller.
Right, but he was a 3x3. Shouldn't he go to a 2x2?
My diminution potion.
Okay.
He is your size now.
How does Ufrus feel about being small all of a sudden?
Yolanda leads Ufus back through the cave, and you just see him kind of stretching his arms and just kind of looking at himself and just looking around.
We're going to touch base with this guy in a second. We need to talk to Madame. What's her name? I can't click on her token and I can't remember her name.
Baflola.
Flaflola?
Yeah.
Bafula.
Can I call her Flaffers?
I purposefully make these hard to say.
I'm going to call her Flaffers. Okay. I want to talk to Flaffers. Hey, Flaffers.
Okay.
Commander Flaffers.
You can call me Va.
Okay, Commander Flaffers. Where's your boyfriend at?
When we were captured by the Dragonmen, we were separated. I don't know what to become of him. I don't know if he's...
So he is
Break-
your boyfriend.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say no.
It's true. That's a good point.
We got separated.
So he spells none. He says like, yeah, that's a good point.
You got separated. Is it like a mutual thing, or?
Just glares at you.
Yeah. She glowers.
So when you got separated, was it like a wall cave in, or you're like, deuces, I'm going this way?
Yeah,
No, we were all captured at the same time by the Dragonmen, and
Oh,
my contingency was separated from him.
oh, that's not great. How big was his contingency? Is it the same size as yours?
About the same, yeah.
So we're looking at approximately 9 more dragon men, maybe.
I hope it's not true. I hope he's found his way. I know he's found his way out. There's no way. There's
So
no
he is
way
your
he would get
boyfriend.
turned into a dragon. I didn't say that.
You have a lot of faith in this man. Okay. Huh. I need, unrelated to this game, I need an NPC I can call Clackers, because I'm still laughing about that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was mine.
That was
a good
so
one.
good.
Well, in the Dungeons and Dragons, the Dritz books, there is a character named Clacker.
Can we meet this person?
When I came up with clackers, I was thinking of those toys. You remember those toys when we were a kid? How there was like that
Yeah,
thing
I
on
know
the spindle, and you just
exactly
go
what
clack
you're
clack
talking
clack 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 clack.
That. And it's like two little arms with a ball in each, and then you just.
Yeah, you just it was just a noisemaker. You just went clack 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 clack.
Oh yeah.
For your reference, Brett, we're talking about the brand name for fake dog balls.
Which
For fake. Oh,
yeah, there are fake dog balls, and they're the brand name is like Nudicles.
Nudicles. And Scott said as a fake name, Clackers.
wait. So
We were
Hang
playing a
on.
game of Quiplash in
The-
Jackbox, which
Wasn't it
you know, or Fibbage. It was Fibbage. I'm sorry, it was Fibbage, and you know, you're given a sentence. In this case, the brand name for fake dog testicles is, and then you had to put in a lie, and I put clackers in.
Good one.
you had me there for a second because I thought you were saying that there was an actual product that people were putting
No,
fake
that's a real
testicles
product.
into their.
That's a real product.
For what purposes? Like for the
Aesthetics.
Just imagine you're at the dog show, and your champion pit bull
At the dog show, a champion
had
pit
a
bull.
had a horrible accident.
Well, here's a little knowledge for you, Jeff. All animals in any of those are all dogs in any of those kinds of championships. They're all neutered.
Yeah, but they would still have residual
The residual balls from being removed.
testicles.
Their
Like,
their
it's still-
their McNuggies are no longer with them.
They would still be there in some capacity, though.
No, they're removed. That's part of
They
neutering.
remove the inner part. They don't remove the outer part.
can you
I
integrate
don't
it
have any
into?
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
They don't
they make a small incision and remove the sac on the inside.
Can
They
you
don't-
integrate
And
it
just
into
cut
the
whole thing off and
competition?
just,
Like
suture it closed, like gone.
one of them plays a song when it's trotting around.
I'm gonna go grab another beer.
That's the upgrade. That's
They
the upgrade.
they made a joke of that on Scrubs, where one of the doctors was getting a fake testicle, and they could double as a hand warmer.
It's the upgrade. You've gotten the deluxe version.
I would go for that upgrade.
Would you have a ball removed to go for that upgrade?
No, I'm saying if
It's a hand warmer. Come on now.
if something bad were to happen, and they were like, "Well, we got a fix for you,"
And also the
and we can add on this option. I'm like, yeah, I'll take the upgrade.
This is the silver lining. But on the plus side, you're really coming out ahead on this one.
Oh, God.
That's how you pitch it. Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna get Flaffers here to go with us, or do y'all want to leave her behind?
So where's the? Is there really just one direction we haven't gone now?
Yeah.
And that was towards where all those people were headed.
Yep. I mean, that's the
All
next
right.
logical way. Well, yeah, that is the next logical way.
Okay. I'm just wondering what we're about to walk into.
They probably don't keep the dungeon like right next to the throne room. Does that make sense?
I don't know. They seem to be. Can this accurately be described as a dungeon? Because it kind of sounds like a holding room for whatever this ceremony they're doing in that other room.
I mean, that feels like a dungeon to me. Jail cells, kind of. They were tied up.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Like worst case scenario, the next room we go into has an ancient dragon in it, right?
That would be our worst.
Yeah.
Really, it would be our best case scenario, because all of these NPCs are all healed up and we haven't used a whole lot of spell slots?
But then we'd have to change Ataz's robes
What are you guys talking about?
because they'd be brown. What?
It's because he's useless.
Beat your headset.
We were just speculating on what trouble we're about to get into.
I see.
I think we'd take these guys and we go. And I mean, that's
Yeah.
the only thing we can do.
I
I think we've gathered what intel
yeah.
we can.
We've got our giant. I think we move to the next place.
We're not going to
Sure.
torture one of them just to be sure.
Just
Jeff, does Sir Istval trust all of these? And one of them, does he not? Does he think one of these is a spy?
That one right there gave him a funny look when we walked into the chamber.
Hmm.
I mean, do you want to play this out?
If we were to remove a patch of skin, which part would have the least impact on his combat abilities?
Probably a patch on the back.
Yeah, like maybe the flank.
this doesn't sound very lawful good to me.
Yeah, it's probably some butt. Carve off a piece of butt. We've determined
think it's a
that any
Piece
character
of
Jeff
love
plays
handle, really,
is like
probably.
lawful insanity.
We could be doing
What are you testing for exactly?
just to make sure he doesn't fold?
When you slice into him to make sure he doesn't crumple over in pain?
Right.
That's what you're testing for?
Sturdiness.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's going to cry
Just
out.
put this flaming warhammer up, put it on, and you're like, I'll brand you.
Were I to smite you with this, would you be dead?
Or would
You
you,
know,
be a
if-
dragon?
If I was a blackguard, I would, and I happened upon this group. Hypothetically speaking, I would just casually walk over to one of them and just hit them full on with the warhammer. It's like I was just seeing how sturdy you guys are.
What is Blackguard?
The anti-paladin. It's the polar opposite.
Can we have one of those?
I
Is Sir
mean-
Istval on the way to being that?
It could be.
Is Numeraga pretty much already there?
Numeraga
He might
is
be.
just stupid.
He's too stupid to be good.
He's just dumb.
He's just there.
Like, we're not even sure how he managed to be breathing.
Found a beer this evening.
A lot.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail Ale.
Ooh, that's
I've had that before. A long time ago.
Not too bad.
Mine's water.
MT and Dew.
Mine is some cherry lime energy drink that I found on Amazon.
Drinking an energy drink at 8 p.m. at night.
I drink coffee at midnight,
Oh God,
and
dude.
then I go to bed at like 1.
Whew.
That's my whole family is like that. We're caffeine addicts. It doesn't really bother me that much.
If you were to
All
go
right,
to
so you
Black-
So
guys-
anyhow, where are we going?
Yeah,
Over here. So the party's going to move forward to on the western path.
Go
That's
west.
the only
of
path,
that.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
West.
Oh,
To the
you're
west.
tiny.
Oh, this is strange.
And jump on his back.
And he falls over.
You jump on his back, and he is taken aback by the weight, and you knock him prone to the ground, sitting on top of it.
He's still got giant strength.
He's not used
Yeah.
to being this small, though.
He also won on his strength. So you knocked him over.
Ride him like a horse. Onward, Oos Froos.
All right, so the party takes the western path. Do. Let's bring in.
We're gonna let our sneaky people go first, right?
Yep.
We're gonna pull Baldur's Gate where they have detect traps on.
Right. All right. You continue westward, and the room opens up.
West.
It is a giant cavern as far You can see the floors, the walls, the columns, everything is glassed. It is slick. It is slightly charged with a blue glow.
Are you sure it's not all black?
It might be.
We fell into a tar pit.
Does anybody see anything?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Hello, darkness. My
We
old
overshot it
friend.
right into the tar pit.
You are inside a wall. You cannot breathe or move.
Did
You
Your
know,
questions here.
If I didn't put everybody on the wrong layer, they would see everything.
Dimension door failed.
Actually, no, you guys are on the right layer, but you guys can't see shit.
Have you
Well,
played with the new?
I see a
dynamic
couple tokens now. That's it, though.
lighting? Oh, you can
I see
both
my
of them.
token and Davril, and then blackness.
Oh, you know what? I think freaking Fog of War is on. Yep. Turn that off.
Fuck.
How
Fucking
about now?
fog.
How about now?
There we go. Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Now I see.
Sometimes Fog of War automatically turns itself on when I do dynamic lighting. I hate it for that.
So it's a giant open room.
So like I said, it's a giant open room. The floors, the ceiling, everything that you can see, the columns, everything is glass. It looks very glass-like. But everybody notices that in this, like starting with this room, as everybody journeyed west, the walls seem to become charged with a blue electric energy.
Hmm.
Does the blue electric energy kind of light up the whole rest of the rooms?
It lights up the rooms in the fact that change it to that.
We have two paths we can go. Maybe we only have one path? It's hard to tell. Maybe
You
not.
you do see two paths before you. Well, you definitely see a path to your south. It continues south.
But is it a dead end up north?
As far as you can tell, it is.
Okay.
Should we invest time in trying to explore the northern path?
Yeah, we should at least sweep it. We don't want to get flanked by people coming from behind us, right?
Is always a fair assumption.
I'll send our sweepers.
As
Sweepers of
Vapine and
Sword.
Saristaval work their way to the northern end of the room,
Vapine's like, why are you over here? You're not quiet.
the room dead ends into the northern wall.
Is there anything strange about the northern wall?
None whatsoever. The dynamic lighting just kind of cuts funny.
Okay.
So if I were to study one of these columns, it wouldn't be like a petrified man or woman.
Roll me an investigation.
By the gods. Investigation.
So Vapine sees Saristaval investigating, hits him in the back of the head, and smashes it into the wall.
It's taking 10 points of damage.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Saristaval. You stop your head just before it cracks against the glass column in front of you. You cannot see even 2 inches into the glass column. You just see that it is a light with a
glow. Okay. Fair enough.
Nothing to see.
Well, if we're seeing blue charges in the, we're getting very close.
Okay, well, Vapine will continue to scout ahead over this way
Sure.
and be like, yeah, just scouting ahead.
Okay. So you want to continue westward?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of peek, sweep in between pillars.
Sure.
Whoosh, whoosh, bounce.
As you deftly dodge behind the columns, you notice a path that continues to the north.
I will use the hand signal for this way. without saying anything and move forward.
Okay. I'll catch up with her to wherever you're telling us to hold.
I grabbed a whole bunch of people and brought them to where
Yeah.
might be acceptable.
Everybody else is just hanging back. Numeragas.
No,
Who
they're all
first?
invited too. We want flaffers in the whole gang.
I can't control them, but
That's fine. I got him.
okay.
So I will sneak ahead, and I see
Hang on.
what appears to be a corridor. So I will
Yeah, the
peek
path
around,
the path narrows. Okay.
and
You see off in the distance
fucking ton of dragons.
the everything looks as when you entered the first cavern. Floors, ceilings, walls, columns, everything is glassed, charged with an electric blue. But off in the distance, you see several forms moving around, all in a dragon sort of silhouette.
I don't know if I see forms or
Is it hand puppets?
I see the tokens.
See the tokens.
Hand shadows, maybe.
I will I will slowly, or I will casually stroll back and tell the party, I see 15 dragon men.
At least.
Dragon men.
Yes, not dragon boys.
Okay.
These are men.
Did you see any dragons?
No. Did you catch the 15 part?
I did catch the 15 part. I'm looking around.
I've already come up with a plan.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a beautiful plan. Probably the bestest.
I see 17 of us.
Do we want to lose half of our cannon fodder to this fight?
Cannon fodder.
That is absolutely something Vapine would say.
I don't refresh my memory. Last time we fought these dragon men, we fought 3 of them.
Yes.
We killed 2 and took 1 prisoner. And do you recall how tough that was?
Did we take any prisoners?
Yeah, we drug that one dragon dude all over the place, but he might still be with us for all I know. But yeah, we were dragging him around for a while.
Well, we fought some dragon men in like a passageway in here. There was like 5 of them or 6 of them, and we blew them up with a fireball.
I'm just trying to think if there's a way we could just, like, before we charge into battle, just take out a good chunk of them. Or at least severely damage a good chunk of them.
We could
What's a
lure
good way
a
to do
contingent of them down here and choke point them. Be like,
Something like that, yeah.
Use some advanced tactics.
or we could have a clever ruse and convince a bunch of them that we've acquired some magical artifact and we need them to come help us carry it into the next room. And then we could kill them.
Murder them
Okay.
at a time.
When Hafen was speaking with the last round of folks that he sweet talked into going their own way.
Yeah.
Did that person use any like rankings or names or anything that stood out? Like any kind of
The one that you talked to that had just transformed the other dragonman. So the one that transformed, the other ones, wore a hooded robe and everything that denoted that it was a little different from any of the other dragonmen that you had come across at that point.
Mm-hmm. But there was the one guy that was living in the wall, right? And I talked to them.
Sorry, that was what? You broke up.
Oh, there was the one guy that was kind of in charge of all of them, right? And then we ran into him as he was leading them out.
Yeah, he was Yeah, the hooded one. Yes.
Did I catch his name? I don't remember.
No names were named.
Okay. All right. Well, I could still go in there and speak in Dragon and just say we need help, but I don't know any authority
I got,
to push around.
I got an authority that we don't need to push down, or we don't need to throw authority out for this one.
Okay.
We just tell them the prisoners escaped.
Huh. Easy enough.
Quick.
That way they don't even have to really look at me. I can just run in and yell it in Dragon and give it a half a second to make sure that they're coming and run back.
Yeah. And
Can we do Can we have a delayed fireball be involved?
Yes.
Could you just let it hover there in the hallway and run in and scream that, and then run back out?
Now,
I don't know how to do that.
Davril does.
so to keep in mind, Davril does not have delayed fireball. I don't believe.
God,
ready
damn
a
it.
fireball.
Was that a spell that Davril had? Hang on a second. I can't remember if I actually took that spell or not. I looked at it though for sure. No, Davril does not have delayed fireball.
Well, the difference between a delayed fireball and a ready fireball is we'll just ready an action and call it a fireball.
That's true. You could just have somebody waiting at the end of the hallway.
Or 4 people.
Now Davril does, however, have chain lightning.
Oh no, but these are blue dragons, are they not?
That's true.
It seems safe to assume that even if they're just blue dragon men, they would have
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah.
So let's.
Oh well, actually, we know this.
Hafen would know that. Yes.
Numaragas would too. He would speak up and be like, "Blue dragon man, no good. The lightning bolt."
Yeah, I've Hafen has definitely mentioned it to the party before.
Yeah, I
several
don't think
times.
we've used lightning magic on any dragons the entire time we've been here either.
Right.
Because we know
Because
better.
everyone's smart enough.
We're not a bunch of dibs.
And Armin would know specifically because I used freaking lightning magic on that fucking monster that Clay showed us over and over again, failing to hit it.
Oh, this child is
Jeff,
soiled.
you seem to have acquired a potato.
So we could just. I still like the idea of me trying to lure them down the hallway and somebody being at the end ready to jump out and just nail the hallway once I get past or something.
I think that is a very reasonable plan.
How about this? This is our kill zone.
The kill zone. This is the kill box. Paint a big red X on the floor.
I got purple because that was the default color for
I
me.
like it.
That's our kill zone, and as soon as you turn the corner and get past it, and they are in it,
Okay.
all the fireballs go.
Well, all right. So think
let
about
me
that.
walk up and look around too.
You're gonna
'cause I
launch
don't-
fire. You're gonna launch fireballs at that. Do you think that it would others? Do you want a full-on rush?
God, there's so many of them. Is there more now?
They're filing down the hallway.
I don't know. I just took a peek around the corner to see how long I was gonna have to run.
I'm gonna delete all this, especially. Oh wait.
I didn't count how many there were, but there are a bunch all over the place.
Like we know we need to kill a bunch of them, and we know we can't do all of them at once.
So
So we either
what
need
could
to-
what could the party assume by seeing so many dragon men in one place?
We found the hive.
they're on
We've
the
found something that we have found a place that they are gathering for something. Why they're there gathered, I don't know. Whether it's normal, are they waiting on something?
If they it doesn't-
Either way, this seems to be the concentration of them.
like we either go in there and fight them on their turf, or we try to choose the battleground to suit us. And let me move him over here.
So
This
one could
is
assume that up until this point you have seen somewhat very few dragon men, but all of a sudden you see a lot of dragon men. Why would you think this?
Because we've wandered into their actual hive or wherever, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah,
Perhaps
like
or it's Flaffer's boyfriend. All
there
his
could
troops returned.
be an enemy dragon that has infiltrated their cave, and they are doing that hive thing where they get around the dragon and they all vibrate really fast to heat it up and kill it.
What bullshit
What?
is this?
what?
That's what they do. It's a real thing. The bees.
I never know if you're telling the truth or not with some of
That's-
this.
It's
Never.
Jeff is good at just bullshitting. So
I'm like, the hive's there to protect the dragon. Okay, wait, what? Vibrating?
that's what the bees do with the Japanese. What is it? The giant hornets or whatever.
Oh, I got a question.
I'll be right back.
I can kind of see into the room a little bit, right?
yeah.
What's the
So
ceiling
you
look like?
It's about the same as everything that you've seen so far from this map and the previous map. It's about 30 feet high or so.
Like stalactites or mites? I don't remember which ones are.
Yeah,
ceiling.
stalactites. Not that many, but yes.
You think I could cave it in? Think we could cave it in?
Well, it is all,
Or it's
like I said,
glassed?
it's all glass
Is it the glass? Okay.
with the electric blue charging it, so it looks to you passively pretty sturdy.
There's a lot of dragon guys. I think we have to, if we're gonna engage in that. Well, how about this? We know. Let's push forward a little bit, and I'll do some more scouting. We need more intel if we're gonna engage in a fight this big. Am I right? I feel right.
Yeah, I guess so. Take a look around. I'm sorry, I was trying to go back. I had a Blue Dragon document, but I think it's gone now.
Wait, were you looking at the one that was still on my Google Drive?
Yeah.
Oh, because I deleted that the other day because I wasn't sure. Ah, no.
That's what I've been looking for.
Okay, so basically hang on. All right, so basically I pulled all that info from the Roll20 entry for Blue Dragon. So if you just want to open that
Okay.
document up, that's all the same info.
Just type Blue Dragon in the.
Yeah,
give
and
me
the-
compendium.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I just kind of just tried to do it a little easier for you.
Okay. All right.
So while Hafen is perusing his mind, I'm going to kind of step forward a little bit. I want to get close, but not very close. But I'm really interested in like that corner.
Which corner? That corner.
Well, I want to go from this corner and then north if I don't see anything to the right. So I'll peek out over here and look to the right a little bit. And it looks like there's nothing over here on the right. Is that
No, it just kind of an alcove within that cave system.
okay? And then I will move over move right here,
Okay.
and I can't really see anything other than that path around.
Well, the wall runs up to about there, so
Okay, so if I move to like right here,
you could be right here and be fine.
Okay, well that's where I'm gonna be then. Whew. Whew.
So
I think
some
I think I see all of them. Let me do a head count. 10, 13, 19, no. 19, 21, 21. Oof. I think I
22.
saw. Sorry, what?
22.
Okay, well, Vapian's numbers not good.
Math was never his strong suit.
He'll come back and say, we have a revised head count of 22 in this room.
22.
22.
And while
Say
you were
what?
while you were that close and you saw a little further in, you could very clearly see various chests scattered throughout, bedding set up, tables scattered, and everything. So that leads you to believe that this is their main barracks area.
So they are on lunch break.
Vaping also noticed about 10 to 12 of the dragon men were in different armor from the rest of them.
Oh.
Did they look like the armor that Flaffer's people are wearing?
Yes.
Dun dun dun. They did.
Did the boyfriend have fancier armor? He was like a
He
commander.
did. It looked more closely to Flova's.
And was there anyone with that
Armor.
type of armor?
Yeah, you saw one of the dragon men wearing that.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and have that conversation. Hey, Flaffers. Wait.
Yes?
I'll wait. Armin will tell. No. Vapine will tell Armin what he saw, and Armin will handle this. Because Vapine does not care. And Armin is. I wouldn't say he's gentle, but. Your boyfriend, he's turned into a dragon man, and so are all the
What?
troops.
What? How do you know?
The elf there, Vapine, he went around the corner and he peeked in. He saw a bunch of them wearing the same armor as your fine soldiers, and also one of them was wearing armor that looked like your boyfriend's armor.
Upon telling her this, she looks very distraught.
I feel like they outnumber us pretty well out in there, so let's. I need you to not do the suicidal, kill yourself, dying to them thing. Could you not do that? We have to come up with some way of wiping out a large contingent of them without us all dying.
We have to kill your boyfriend.
There's no other way to bring him back, is there?
Not that we know of?
No.
No.
Never.
No.
It's irreversible. We've done research. There's no way.
We have an expert on it.
That's right.
Whatever he says is the truth.
The only way to kill him is to cut the head off and remove the heart.
This is why Istval is not the person that knows these things. So, aside from we have 22 dragon men, we have 22. Some of them are former friends of these people that were leading into battle, and the boyfriend of one of them. And there's a lot of them, guys. There's 22.
Well, maybe we can get in there and talk some sense into them, she says.
No, that's not how this works.
Wait a minute. Sir Eastball says, wait a minute now. They have seemed fairly reasonable in the past when we've we've tried to talk to them.
When we've outnumbered them 6-1 after we killed all their friends, yes, they were very susceptible to peace.
I mean, Hafen has had good luck with convincing them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you could do something.
What kind of charisma check you think you need to do for 22 people?
A pretty outstanding one.
We can do a prisoner transfer.
Oh yeah, now that is true. We do have a group of prisoners here.
We could transfer them from one part of the dungeon to the other. We could loosely tie their hands up.
So you
So I
want to
did-
carry them into the barracks, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a large collection of these guys down there. I do know that blue dragons are very secretive. So even their servants more than likely don't know the actual lair of their blue dragon. So we need to, if we're going to take these people, that's fine, but why? Because they're probably not actually guarding the blue dragon lair. We might only need to maybe snag one of them and get them to talk.
Like interrogate him.
Yeah.
You want to convince one, or you want to convince one of them to come over here, and then we'll interrogate him.
Do you think you can get one to come over?
I don't know.
Well, if Hafen went in there and went right up to one of them, it's like, you, now, let's go. Everyone else, stay put.
Do you think that would draw the interest of more than just one of them?
Oh, absolutely. There's 22 of them that have to... 22 chances for them to pass an insight check.
So what is the general scene that we're talking about? Like, are we on the south part of the room and they're all like facing the north, or are they all just like staring around like idly, like picking their fingernails, like
They're all like
More-
sitting around tables playing cards.
More or less, yes. More or less stuff like that.
Are there any that are close to the... Are there any within snatching distance?
No.
You're not going to be able to snatch them? No snatching?
No snatching distance. Looks like you could teleport them over here. Or we could charm one.
Would that... Well... Could you charm one and get them to come over here? Like, we have the ability to make them follow basic commands.
As the party sits there deliberating, 3 dragonmen start to come around the corner.
Oh, good. 3 of them are headed this way.
How did I get all the way back here?
You were talking...
I was up here.
And you were engaged in this conversation with, what's her name?
Oh. Okay.
What does the party do? They start to crest around the corner. You're all standing there.
Armin and Vapine are looking this way and don't see any of it. So...
Is that really what's happening?
The dragon men come around the corner and they meet eyes with everybody in front of them. Smokeen, Davril, Yolanda, and Hafen.
Hey, Finn, this is your show.
Hail and well met.
I'm saying, good you're here.
The first
We
dragon
need
man.
your assistance.
First dragon man looks at Hafen and just kind of cocks his head a little bit and says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
We need your assistance with something. There's no time to delay.
I think you need to roll a deception.
Yeah, I think I do too.
No time for dicking around. Come on, guys.
All right. Did you say deception?
Yes.
All right.
Damn.
The dragon man says, "What do you need help with? Who are these people?"
Future future brethren, hopefully. But we need assistance with something else in the meantime. Please follow me.
And then the dragon man says, "But you came past the transmutation point. Why did you bring them to the barracks?"
I'm sorry, did we recruit you for your intelligence?
I just... Listen,
Come on with me. We've got to go now, please.
I'm not the one that walked past the transmutation circle.
Can we all hear what's this exchange? down the
No,
hall?
it's all in Draconic, so it's only between Hafen and the Dragonman. Numeragas hears it and understands it.
I'm well aware that I walked past the transmutation circle. So I need your assistance. That's why I'm here. So let's go and stop talking about the transmutation circle, please.
All right, fine. Lead the way, but we're watching.
Very well.
And he does this.
He does that. Of course he does.
I think hearing a bunch of Draconic, Armin and the rest of them would kind of push off to the side over here. They would like rush around the corner and try to be sly.
So you're saying everybody moves up?
Yeah.
You would like to think.
I would like to think that everyone else
Now.
Wait, so everybody's running away from me while I'm sitting here trying to
you
keep them from
convinced
attacking.
them, so we need to ambush them.
Now, you have to keep in mind at this point that Numerages in the party is a copper dragon, and seeing him this far into the dungeon would draw a lot of questions.
So would an army of humans.
All right, so
who's staying?
The dragon men start to follow you.
Okay. Good. Well, hopefully the party heard where I'm headed, and they'll take the hint and follow me back there and pull some sort of ambush. But I have no way of really communicating any of this to
Well,
them.
we
So.
know you're going to the transmutation circle. I think it's fair to
Yeah,
say that we
yeah. Or
If Eastaval could understand what was being said, he would have been able to like set something up. I mean, his wisdom's pretty high, intelligence is reasonable.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't understand.
Okay.
The transmutation circle.
But we're like, duh,
mhm.
duh.
I'll just say, Hafen will turn around after they've. Okay, so they've decided to come with me, correct?
Yeah.
So I'll turn around and say, "Very well, to the transmutation circle," and then I'll hit my head and speak Draconic again, and then keep walking. I'm not stopping to see their reaction. They better be following me. I'm assuming they're following me, and I'm walking just as normally.
All right,
a little slower than normally, so we can kind of like.
Just play it cool.
So we would like book it as quietly as we could, and I think we wouldn't go to the transmutation circle. We would go down to the jail cell area, and as soon as they passed us, going towards the transmutation, we'd flank them from the north or from the south side.
That's up to y'all. I'm headed towards the transmutation circle. That's all I know is going on.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's going to be a ruckus behind me at some point, and I will turn around and be able to join in.
Could you be like reciting the incantation for a fireball, just like under your breath? It's kind of holding the last
I
syllable.
want a fireball. I want a fireball. I want a fireball.
Let me look at my spells. Because...
Yeah, this is going on in your head as you're walking.
Yeah.
Because you're a mental fucking giant.
All right, so as you work your way back to the transmutation circle, the rest of the party has moved their way to the jail cell area.
Hmm.
And we'll kind of like Vapine will, being the most sneaky, will hang around the corner and watch. Everyone else will be out of line of sight.
Can we have
where we are
Isra stand
again.
out in the open?
Isn't there a wall and a door over here?
There,
Like right there and right there would
Yeah.
be a wall and there'd be a door space?
yeah, basically, but the door is open or whatever.
Okay, so Vapine could be like right here and peeking out without being seen.
Yeah,
And the transmutation circle is up to the left.
yeah,
I
it's
remember
behind all that stuff that was drawn.
So I think
So I'm going to step out into this the clearing around here. And when they get into this area, is that where y'all are thinking of attacking? Because I'll be here about that point. I'll be here,
I think
and I can turn around and I don't have fireball though.
Don't worry about it. There's only 3 of them. You keep walking, and I
Okay.
think Vapine is just going to sneak attack and try to assassinate one of them in one hit.
Okay. All right.
And
Then
then
I'll just
everyone else
keep.
will bum rush out.
Then my plan is just to keep walking towards the transmutation circle, anticipating the rest of the group to jump in. At which point I will turn around and jump in.
I think I've set up all
So
the
I won't give up the ghost until the attack is already
Right.
started.
I can't move any more tokens into range, so
Yeah.
I think
Taz will be hanging back here. You okay there, Jeff? What's so funny?
Oof.
No. Sometimes I crack myself up.
All right. So I guess we'll head up here then.
Sure. All right. The dragon men continue to follow you.
And then I think as they're going, Vapine would be going very quickly, very quietly, up to whichever.
Sorry. I am positioned. Let me position them before you start moving.
Okay.
Okay.
He would go up to the closest one very quickly and quietly and shank him real hard.
Shank him. All right.
Back in the neck.
Yeah. Right in the neck, going for the jugular.
Like I mean,
That's your whatever you do for your sneak attack stuff.
Yep. So it's going to be short sword of whatchamacallit.
Death.
I have advantage on him because he hasn't attacked yet.
Right.
30.
Yeah, 30 does hit.
And not my best, but 37 damage.
Okay. As you sneak up behind the dragon man,
Oh,
and
is he considered surprised?
I would think so.
hang on, combat surprise.
Although in this situation, he's probably a little leery.
What are you talking about? I sold it perfectly.
You did your part.
So if you're surprised, you can't move or take an action on your first turn of the combat, and you can't make reactions until that turn ends. A member of a group can be surprised, even if other members aren't. So this one is surprised.
So in addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical.
Ooh, shit.
So it would be a crit, and it would be what is a crit? I don't know how to do it other than to push the button. Is it double
So
the damage
critical
dice again?
is double damage dice, yeah.
Okay, so I would roll instead of 5d6 for sneak attack, I would roll 10d6 plus 2d6 plus 5 plus 1.
So you just add on any additional dice rolls.
Okay, so I would add 5d6 plus another, so 6d6 with my weapon.
Yeah.
So 16.
Another
total.
16. Okay. 3 ones in there. That's rough.
Yeah, but if you look at the other sneak attack, it's got 4 6s.
All right. Give me some role play on that one.
I walk up very slowly and quietly, pull out the blade, and I go right through his neck very quickly. It's like, you've played Dishonored?
No.
You should play Dishonored.
I've heard it's good.
Just walk
Anyways.
up and shank him right through the neck.
He lets out He lets out a loud roar when that happens, gaining the attention of the two other dragon men who notice your presence as you pull the neck out of the back of the neck, or pull the dagger out of the back of the neck of the dragon man.
Is he dead?
Roll for initiative. He is not dead.
Okay, well I got my offhand.
Oh, okay. A 23 hits.
Oh wait, is it also? He's still surprised, right? So
He's
it's a
still
crit.
surprised.
So
Yeah.
So it's still a crit.
Yeah.
So it's not as good because it's that plus another d6. So 11 more damage.
So you stick your sword into the back of the neck of the other one, and as you pull it out, you run your dagger across the base of his skull, and the dragon drops to the ground dead. His
There we
two other friends. He turn as he lets out his death roar and roll for initiative.
When I was talking to those three guys, did they all look the same? Was anyone more decorative than the other?
One of them had the armor of the infantrymen,
Mm-hmm.
the one that Vapine just killed.
It wasn't her boyfriend,
And
right?
No.
The other two just look about the same.
Yeah, the other two look the
Okay.
same.
All right.
Okay. So, Vapine and Yolanda. Fantastic. Two people of someone that is not here.
Vapine's here.
Or, I'm sorry. Smokine and Yolanda. So to start us off, it is Smoking who's going to take some pot shots at the dragon man in front of her.
I mean, smoking, not vaping.
Did I say vaping again?
Yep. I mean, I'll go ahead and take those shots if you want.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead and do it, yeah.
I mean, vaping will take those shots. I have no idea how Yolanda works. Hold on.
No. Are you doing smoking?
I can click her buttons. Where is she at? Oh,
She's right here.
Okay, so she'll just turn around and fire off some arrows.
Yeah.
Does she have multi-attack?
I don't know.
When you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature. Okay. When she has Horde Breaker, so she can fire off her longbow at the one on the left, and then also fire it off at the one on the right.
Yeah, that sounds good. 20 hits. Which one are you hitting?
The one on the left,
Okay. For 7 piercing.
and then she'll do the one on the right. 14.
14. Does that actually hit? A 14 misses.
And she has extra attack, so she will go after the one on the left again with the longbow.
Okay. 28 hits for
6.
6 more damage.
Shit's weak.
She blocks the arrows into the left dragon man, and he gasps as the arrows enter his shoulder. Sir Eastaval.
Sir,
During combat, does it have to be my turn for me to yell something?
You could yell. Well, you can go ahead and yell something as part of the surprise round.
Okay. Well, we might need one of them.
What did you yell?
Vapine nods.
We might need
as he-
one of them alive.
Vapine
Don't-
nods as he pulls the sword out of one of them.
Don't kill all of
Crumples to
them.
the ground, dead.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right in the thick of it. I'm
Right on.
gonna go for the side fella over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say you have one chance to yield. We only need one alive. But if you surrender now, we won't kill you. Because this guy's like aware of what's going on now, right? He just saw his friend get like gutted like
Oh, yeah.
right beside him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said that. Is he gonna growl? Or is he gonna piss himself and surrender?
You
Can I-
so you're rolling an intimidation on that.
Yep, I said that in a very intimidating manner.
Yes, you did.
You catch. He kind of to the left one there.
Yeah.
He kind of falters a little bit, giving you advantage on any attack roll.
Okay. But he doesn't back down, huh?
He does not back down, but he he looks a little intimidated, but he does not back down.
Okay. So in response to that, as I was running up, the warhammer, I finished the last syllable of it, and the hammer flames into, explodes in flames, and then I said that, so I'm gonna hit him once with it,
Which
maybe.
one?
This guy.
The one with the arrows in him.
Yeah. Does a 16 hit?
But you're rolling an advantage, so an 18 hits.
Hits.
You run your hammer into the side of his neck, and it explodes in a fireworks of flames against his dragon skin for 13 damage.
He explodes, but it's only 13.
No. I'm saying when it connects, like a ring of fire explodes off the side for the connect.
I was thinking water balloons again.
Oh no! I'm just trying to give some flair to the attack.
Okay.
I was
Does she respond
picturing
to anything else?
Big
Before I
Trouble in
swing-
Little China.
Oh yes, yeah.
What are we talking about from that movie?
the head exploding, the guy exploding in Big
Oh,
Trouble in
yeah,
Little
yeah.
China.
You're talking about when the spirit of the north wind or whatever, his head explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like that part. Now I'm thinking about it. So in between attacks, I'm gonna say, and now, you still will not yield.
Says nothing.
Smoosh him.
A 22 hits.
Hate it for him.
For another 18 damage.
That's it. That's me.
Okay, Yolanda. Does anybody have control of Yolanda?
I do now. I don't have a choice yet.
She's right south of
She'll run
Hafen.
up to the one on the left and punch him. Oh, wait.
Punch him.
That's not the. Well, yeah, she's gonna punch him. How many punches?
Punches.
does she
The
get?
20. I think she gets. Is that flurry of blows or just unarmed strike? That's unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Gonna run up and just snap the neck, walk away.
The unarmed strike connects for 6 radiant damage.
I feel like she can. Oh, she has extra attack. Does she only get 2 hits?
Yeah, because then you have to start spending key points to do more.
All right. Well, she'll punch again.
As she punches again, she misses.
I did not do her justice. That's her turn.
All right. Ataz steps into the doorway,
Oh, of
or
course.
just past the doorway, and he's going to launch a firebolt at the Dragon Man that Yolanda was punching at. The firebolt launches true, but rings against the wall behind the Dragon Man, completely missing. Vapine, you're up.
Well, we have advantage on him
And flanking.
and flanking from all sides. Let me find his character sheet. Sorry, I have 4 of them open now.
Oh yeah, no, I have a ton open too.
Just slash the throat, walk away.
Yeah, slash the throat. 21,
21 hits.
10 damage, plus 5d6 sneak attack. Sorry to turn it off.
28 damage.
Yeah.
Vapine walks up and inserts his blade into the Dragon Man, and the Dragon Man crumples to the ground dead.
And then he walks. He does a little sidestep flurry thing to get around to this guy. And 24?
24 connects.
6.
For 6 whole damage. Alright, Hafen, you're up. You see the 2
Okay.
Dragon Men drop before you.
Hafen's going to run up to this side of the Dragon Man. He
Steaming
I'm
pile
right.
of gore.
make sure I have enough to do this.
You're not going to kill him, right? Because that was the whole plan.
No, I'm not going to kill him. That is the plan.
Unless you accidentally kill him.
Okay. First, I'm going to cast Alter Self and give myself kind of claws.
Okay.
And then, so let's see. I don't know if that's. Let's see.
Ask him to rethink his employer.
I just want some like really scary claws, and then I'm gonna grab them and spend 3 sorcery points to do a hastened spell of shocking grasp.
Okay.
And
What does that? What does the hasten do to the shocking grasp?
it just allows me to cast it as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. So a 25 connects since you're flanking.
And I chose lightning for a reason, and I tell him, all right, you're left. So what do you want to do now? Do you want to live or be finished? And I shocked him with one hand, and I'm holding the claws to his neck with the other.
Roll a deception on that one. Or I'm sorry, intimidation.
Intimidation.
He immediately falls to his knees and says, "No more, no more. Do whatever you want."
I yield.
Combat has now ended.
Whew.
Time to rope him up.
Time up, boys.
Armin pulls out his trusty rope and ties him up.
Lasso that varmint.
We wanted to interrogate him. What did we want to know?
Well, okay, so we know that Hafen knows that blue dragons, even trusted servants are rarely allowed within a blue dragon's secret lair. So if we're coming across where they're just like snagging troops and transmuting them, we're probably not yet at the dragon's lair. But it would be handy to find out where we are, if he knows how we can proceed any further, deeper up the chain of command or anything like that.
Or if there's another way than through the barracks.
Yeah, or maybe this might be an outpost. I doubt it, but we might.
If we came all this way for this to be a side quest.
Dragon in another castle.
I doubt it's an outpost, but I think we need to find out, because the dragon's not going to be, I don't think, hiding in a room full of 30 brand new dragon men. According to Hafen believes that, because Hafen knows that they are very secretive and that even their most trusted servants are rarely allowed to know where their layers are. So I'd say we figure out where we are from this guy.
I think we drag him into the prisoner area that we were in before, so we're not in the main hallway. And then we engage in this conversation.
Not a bad
Okay.
idea.
I'm trying to grab more than just my token, but I'm failing miserably.
Everybody moves down, and you move the Dragon Man down.
Oh, I can't move because there's a...
Now there's a scary crab claw-headed
You see a
monster.
creature appear on the southeastern or southwestern edge of the room.
It's a cow.
It looks very
I was laughing.
disfigured. It looks very disfigured and very hostile.
That's what I was laughing at earlier. I was trying to draw a cow, and then I was like, "Oh God, what have I done?" What have I done?
All right, you have your Dragon Man tied up, surrounded by some 18 tokens.
Yeah, I think first we say that room back there with all those, with your companions. What was that?
Hold on. Before we start asking questions,
Does anybody have Zone of Truth?
I want to, but instead of wasting a spell slot on that, Armin is going to study him the entire time he is talking, trying to detect lies. That's
So you're going to be rolling a lot of insights, is what you're telling me.
Yes. I'm looking for ticks. I'm looking for averted gazes. I'm looking for wringing hands.
Well, he's tied up, so...
Maybe he wrings his hands, or we tied his hands in front of him so he could see him wringing.
Maybe his fingers do that little like the little thing with his hand, you know.
The thing with his hands. Yeah, I know that.
Or if he like reaches up
I do
and
that
itches his
whenever
neck
I
or
lie.
something.
I always do the crab claws when I'm lying.
Well, I know how to tell when you're lying now.
I'm looking for any kind of odd behavior that would be.
Well, how do you know what's odd to a Dragon Man?
I'm going to do this based on what is odd to a human to do, because I know what odd humans do when they lie.
Okay.
Pure intuition.
And if he starts scratching his teeth, maybe that's a little weird.
All right. So, are you going to ask him a question?
What questions did we need?
What?
I guess the first question I will ask is that room you and your companions came from, where your companions are right now. What was that room?
just looks at you and says, "You can't make me talk."
I disagree. And I shocking grasp.
Give him just like a pinky.
Just a little, because I know he's tolerant to lightning damage.
He laughs and he says, "Is that all you've got?"
No, that's just to tick you off.
It's like, dude,
now
we're
answer
about
my
to, we're
questions.
about to dissect you.
Isty, why don't you get out your pliers?
I don't think that you understand the situation you're in. You're going to answer our questions. Now, whether you're going to enjoy answering our questions or you're going to really hate it is another thing entirely.
And he says, "Do what you will with me, but when I fall, there will be others."
You already fell to your knees.
Yeah. You fell once and the rest will fall just like you. Now answer my question. What was that room you and your companions were in?
That room is the room that will be your death, is how he answers.
A little cocky for a guy who just gave up after watching his friends die.
I look to someone else who wants to take a crack at him.
Seriously, Sir Esteval, do you have pliers?
I've got the blowtorch.
Your hammer is basically blowtorch.
Exactly, yeah. As I say that, I light it up. This puppy gets real hot. Real hot.
Yeah, see, I know you can handle lightning damage, but that buddy's hammer, I've seen it do some really messed up stuff.
Yeah, somebody should be
So-
like, yeah, he's a real artist with that hammer.
So do you want to answer my question correctly this time?
He looks at you and says, "You need me alive, so why should I talk?"
Vapine's gonna walk up into the middle of this, grab his hand, and shove his knife under his fingernail and pop it off.
Ooh. Under his claw, you mean?
Lawful
under his
good.
claw.
Is Vapine lawful good? I don't think Vapine is lawful good.
It is Vapine.
Not good at all.
He's neutral good.
Well, is there any way that we could use our companion from the? I mean, it's safe to assume that this dragon man was converted from the regiment of soldiers, correct?
No.
No, this is not. Okay, I missed that. My bad.
No, Vapine killed the one that was.
Ah,
Did that. Oops.
smooth, X-Lax.
Still put the dragon claw off of him.
All right, you pluck the dragon claw off, and you see him physically just kind of jolt from that happening. But he says nothing.
Okay, one more.
And he says, "Do what you will, but you can't make me talk."
Anybody have zone of truth?
Yeah, but if we can't make him talk,
True.
We could just
Anybody have any Bartles and Young?
Any what?
Or Bartles and James? That's what I was thinking of. To get them talking. Oh,
What is Bartles and James?
it was a bad joke. It was a wine cooler.
Oh, yeah.
we'll just start dumping 4 locos into him. That'll get him talking.
I got drunk on Four Loko once. I would not recommend.
Something about it just doesn't didn't.
Do you want the worst hangover ever the next morning? Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
It's cheap drink though. I mean, you can get drunk on like what 2
Yeah.
for like $4.
All right, this dragon man is being difficult.
okay. Well,
I'm getting aggravated with this dragon, man. Numeragus, you have any questions for this guy?
Yeah, Numeragas.
As Numeraga steps forward, the blue dragon man spits at his feet and says, "Scion of Bahamut, you are not welcome here."
I can't wait to hear Numeragus's when he come back.
I'm trying to remember his backstory. Probably referenced that.
It's on your. It should be on your character sheet.
Yeah.
He's a former guard person.
Yeah, I don't remember what
the
kind of
temple.
dragon killed his master though.
Wasn't it silver?
No, silvers are good.
No.
Yeah, so the chromatics are good.
dragons.
Chromatics are
Yeah.
good, right?
The green dragon.
Or no, I'm sorry. The metallics are good. The chromatics are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't use that. This is like literally Numeragas is sitting there like you can see the gears turning. He's like, it's like his eyes are blanked over and he's trying to come up with a response.
Secretly, Hafen, having just met, going, boy, I really hope he comes up with something.
Kind of like sliding. As the gears are turning, his whole body is slightly swaying. He's trying to think of something.
The blue dragon man says, "What's the matter, Basilisk? Got your tongue?"
That seems to snap him out of his thought, and he just backhands the dragon right in the face.
Roll me
Chromatic
an
dragon, not
unarmed
good.
strike.
He says, "I will eat you." And Numeragas is gonna open his mouth and lean in towards his neck, make a couple of little like chomping motions. Stop.
The blue dragon man looks slightly terrified by this.
He's literally just like chomping, like in his ear. He's like, says,
Breathing down his neck.
Numeragas says, "Me never eaten blue dragon man before. Smell tasty."
Roll me an intimidation on that.
He's not even trying to intimidate him. This is just a thought. That would come out of Numeragus.
Yeah, he's mulling this over.
Normal Numeragus.
The blue dragon man like tries to pull back, and he's just like, all right, what do you want to know? Just get him away from me.
His eye is just like going all over the place as he's he is mad dogging the shit out of this guy.
Haven is loving it.
The blue dragon man's sitting there just kind of like just trying to move away, like he's squirming in place.
So do you want to answer our questions now?
Fine. Blue dragon man says yes.
All right.
That's just our barracks. We don't know where the main layer is. There's a path to the south. We've been told never to go that way, so we don't.
Path to the south, you say? Have you ever seen anyone go that way?
Get this dragon away from me. Get him away from me.
Have you ever seen anyone go that?
I have personally never seen anyone go that way.
Thank you, Numeragus.
Which way?
Okay, so
It was on the other map with the barracks. There's a path to the south that they've been told never to go.
So there's probably a pretty good chance that that's the secret layer, and that these guys are just dumb enough to listen to never go there, and they don't.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I think that might be where we need to head next is to find a way. Now I couldn't see through that room. Did y'all see where this pathway he mentioned was in that room?
He mentioned the path to the south of the barracks.
There wasn't a path to this, or a path south to the or from the barracks on our map from what we could see.
Well, that's what he told you.
So,
So there's more to this. We got to know how to access the path to the south.
right.
Well,
And
no. From where all of you guys were standing when you went around that western side to go north to the barracks, there was a clear path to the south.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it wasn't a puzzle.
Again, how this map is sectioned, some areas are kind of funkily connected, and it's between two tiles, and this is one of the tiles. So yes, there's a path to the south. Blue Dragon Men never go that way because they were told not to go that way.
Okay. Well, I'm done with them.
Numeragos.
Should Numeragas roll a self-control check to determine whether he actually like snaps and bites him or not?
Roll me a D100, Numeragas.
Big
That's
3.
either really good or really bad.
Numeragas loses self-control.
And just sinks his teeth into the neck of the dragon man.
Or does someone else get control?
Yeah, somebody get, like, yeah, what's happening?
He sinks his teeth. Numeragas sinks his teeth into the neck of the Blue Dragon Man and tears the throat out.
I would think the rest of the party would be a little bit
It was too fast.
disturbed.
Armin and Vapine are already walking away.
I'm neutral, so and I do not like these dragon men. So if it was something else, I would have a problem with it. But I don't consider these blue dragon men anything other than killable.
So Hafen just starts cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I need to use the bathroom real quick, so hang on.
Okay.
Me too, BRB.
Sir Eastbald is a little disturbed by this. Just a bit. Just a touch. Just a touch.
Yeah, I love how the priest is like at times the absolute worst character.
Those are all just me. They're not actually Sir Eastbald. I've actually been really good at playing him as he's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
Because usually I get sidetracked with things like, skinning everything we kill or taking trophies, like pulling out all the teeth and stuff. So that was where did Baby Mimic come in? Was that Numeragas or was that the dwarf? I don't know. I've been a paladin every game, but somehow my paladins always end up being crazy. I need to just go ahead and just like one day take the plunge and make a character that literally is like completely like split personality, like schizophrenic.
I can't remember if it was Nerd Poker or Dan Harmon's podcast where there was a character that always traced the dick of the thing that they killed. So he had all these dick tracings.
Well, you know how it is. Just keep a little sketchbook.
Yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't like a keychain. That was,
Like shrunking them down and
just
keeping them on a
have
keychain.
a belt with dicks.
That
Roll into the tavern.
actually sounds fun. I kind of want to play like just someone who collects a belt of dicks and walks around with it.
He's got a dick for every occasion.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about one of the either Nerd Poker or Harmontown or something. There was this character that every time they would kill something, the character would trace the dick of the thing that they killed. That was like his go-to. Like as soon as it was dead, I trace his dick. And and then that led us into talking about if you actually carried them around on a belt. And
All right, we all back?
yep.
Okay, so what are you guys doing now? Now that the Dragon Man has been killed by Numeragas, are you going to work your way back to the western map? You going to do anything else?
Yeah, we should quit dicking around.
Yeah, I think we know where we need to go now.
So we head back to the other map and start looking for this south path.
Sure. Put you back here. Is that right? Is that the right map? Yeah. So basically, when you guys were all basically standing here, it continued south. Gone.
Down there?
Yeah, down this way. Yeah.
Okay.
We need arrows.
Um.
Arrows at the map transition places.
Yeah, it's been kind of hard because since I started sectioning it off, it made it a little harder with some spaces.
So they changed some stuff or they added a new dynamic lighting that's supposed to be better performance-wise.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. Probably wasn't going to look at it until after you guys were out of this dungeon.
That's fair. I wouldn't want to have to redo it all.
Yeah. All right,
so
it's
I
very
guess that's
clear
where
that there
we're
is a
going.
southern path in front of you, but the dragon men were told to never go that way.
They were going that way.
Well, let's go that way. We know we won't run into any dragon men, but we probably will run into worse things.
Okay.
Can't be that much worse.
Might run into some air elementals.
At this point, roughly half an hour has passed. So as you go south, the path narrows before you find yourself on the edge of a ledge that has about a 20-foot drop down to what looks like a bigger room as far as all of our people with dark vision can see.
So that's a 20-foot drop down.
Yes.
All right. Then, well,
Is there
Anybody got
bars
some
to the
rope?
right also, or is that a wall on the right?
Sorry, what was that?
Is this over here a wall?
Are you talking over here? Yes, that is a wall.
Okay.
So it looks feasibly to say that after the 20-foot drop, the room opens up. It is still glassed. It is still very big. There is an electric charge to the room, but not enough to give you vision further than what you can see.
Okay. Vapine will jump down. 20 feet is nothing.
20 feet is nothing.
And he'll go to the right. Sorry, the left.
The left. Yeah, well, his right, our left. Right.
And it looks like steps going up.
Yeah, there's a ridge, from what Vaping can see, just a ridge that just runs up the western wall.
Well, we got to keep the high ground. So he'll walk
And
up
it-
the ridge.
Continues around before it continues back down to the ground.
Any signs
Below.
of people?
Nothing.
Anything on the ceiling?
Just some stalactites. As far as you can tell, it is just a big, open room.
Okay.
Empty, devoid of anything.
He heads back to the group and shrugs and says, "There's nothing here."
When you were up on the ridge, though, on the western side, you had a very uneasy feeling.
Like right over, way over here.
Yeah, you had a very uneasy feeling.
Is the ridge moving? Like it's
No.
breathing?
No.
That'd be something.
Yeah, nothing over here, guys.
But there was an uneasy feeling, though.
Yeah, but y'all don't know that.
What does the rest of the party do? You're up on that ledge.
Gonna glance down.
Is that nothing for a paladin such as Eastaval?
He's as he's looking off, Numarages just kind of like briskly walks and just tumbles down the hill.
Give me an athletics on that tumble.
There was no athleticism.
Roll it anyways.
Maybe a con
He just-
save?
Just kind of rolled and walks right off the side.
Roll the acrobatics anyways.
Acrobatics? Hold on.
I'm sorry, athletics. Acrobatics isn't a thing anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let's get rid of that.
Acrobatics is a...
Surprisingly, Numeragus lands on his feet when he hits the ground.
Yeah, like he tumbles, like head over head tumbles in a clump.
Haven does a triple take.
He
Armin-
grunts,
Vaughn
it's good.
and the rest of her party cast some rope over the side, and they all climb down.
Yeah, I would
Yolanda-
prefer to do
Yolanda
that.
just runs down the side like it was never a problem.
Repelling. We rappelled down. 20 feet up is actually pretty high.
Yeah.
How long was that spell? I'm sorry to interrupt you. How long was the spell on that giant?
You still have about an hour.
Okay. So I know
Would
you
you
said
like-
a half an hour had
Would,
passed.
would you like to wait it out? Would you like to
I don't
take
know.
a short rest and wait it out?
Well, I don't know. Do we want them still small or do we want them to be big again?
I feel like it'd be preferable if he was big. He could do shit like stone giant tactics where he could be like throwing us onto the dragon's back. Or throwing our companions, our brave volunteers.
That's creatively thinking there.
Our brave cannonballs.
All right, so you have a choice before you continue on if you would like to do any sort of short rest.
So the feeling of unease is coming from over here, right?
Vapine,
Hmm.
Do you convey that to the party? I've got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this. Over there is something wonky.
How wonky?
We should send the humans over first.
the humans. Humans aren't going to be able to do much. So does that mean you should send? Does that mean you should send Armin over first?
Vapine shrugs.
Whatever.
Whatever, I don't care.
Humans.
I don't know. If you send something bad, I'm running low on sorcery points. About to need. So if we're heading into something.
We are undoubtedly heading into something.
Well, only thing that would be practical for Hafen then would be a long rest at that point. But if y'all need a short rest,
Well, a short rest for everybody else is a long rest for Hafen,
okay.
right? Because you're in
Yeah.
health, so you have that 4 hour is actually a long rest.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Do we want to hang around for 4 hours waiting for something to come up behind us? if we're at the finish line, we have an entire army of troops. We should just do it.
I'm down for whatever. I'm just I've got full health, so that's not a problem. I just I'm only gonna be able to get off big things.
I am open to creative ideas for doing things always. So
We have. Does anybody have Wizard Eye?
Don't even know what that is.
I know Davril doesn't, whatever that is.
Make sure I'm not just making that up.
Wizard Eye? I
Just
don't think I've
assume
ever
we're
heard of
making
that.
everything
I'm
up all
sorry.
the time.
Arcane Eye. It's called Arcane Eye, but it is cast by a wizard. You create an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration. You mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet. Eye can look in every direction all at once. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. There's no limit to how far away from the eye you can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence.
Davril nor Ataz has Arcana Eye.
Well, then never mind.
Darn,
Just a
that
thought.
sounded cool.
Wizard Eye.
If it doesn't go boom boom explodey, Davril's not really interested.
See, I
So
feel
no
like
tents, no
I feel
Schmidingers.
like utility spells ought to have their own category where you can freely swap utility spells out and not have them take up a spell slot.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
agree.
concur. I
Like
concur.
because it pushes people, especially magic users, well, I mean specifically magic users, into a position where they have to choose utility over combat effectiveness, and it's like,
Honestly, it really, for that kind of thing, it really comes down to the DM.
yeah,
Davril specifically likes explosive boom boom magic.
well,
He's
and
always been that way.
I get that, you know, it's like, yeah, wizard can only know so much. I just feel like they ought to have their own separate category that doesn't.
Yeah, it does
Especially
come
with
down
Paladin.
to I've played in a game to where it was honestly less combat and more about exploring your environment, and in that case, it is great when you have a utility wizard for that kind of stuff. But most people don't do that. Most people are going to run evocation and like transmutation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in a combat game, it's more important to be combat efficient.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not gonna like replace a direct damage spell with, you know, Wizard Eye.
I can see that if you have a very experienced party and DM, you could probably make that very useful in some fashion. But to people who are new, they're always going to go for like damage output stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
What does
what do
the
we
party
want
decide
to
to do? I take it at this point that Dee's not going to join us.
I guess not,
She might still be coming.
because it's
Well,
10.
she always dips out about this time, so she's probably not coming. She at 7:45, she said
An hour.
an hour, and it's been an hour and a half at this point.
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, given that it is literally 10 o'clock, I assume that she was not going to be participating.
I'll say this: if we're about to fight a giant blue dragon, I think it's time to be.
We're
done
gonna
for
at
tonight.
least want her if we're about to
Yeah.
do that.
Like,
So,
can
would you guys like to take a short rest?
any of the other can any of the other party members sense the uneasy feeling, or was it simply only Vapine?
Vapine is the only one that has sensed it so far.
Nobody else has noticed?
Nope.
If you relayed that information, I could do a locate creature. If it'll make you feel better.
That's not a bad idea.
Don't you have to have history with the creature?
Yeah, I saw it rain holy hell down on a city.
Vapine saw that?
No vaping.
Or is this with Armin?
Armin.
Okay.
Also, if it's not been telegraphed enough, we know where the dragon is. I'm not wasting a spell slot on it.
Yeah, I
So
say
would
we
the
just
party
take
like-
let's take a rest and wait for D.
That sounds like a
We
great
should
idea, guys.
I think we should
It's a good
rest.
plan.
I will take my short rest. I will regain all my rogue crap.
For short rest, but I'm meditating for a full rest.
So you're
Okay.
so if you're gonna you'll do 4 hours, so you'll get
Okay.
8 hours. So
All right. Set it back to
Did anyone take any damage?
today,
No.
no.
Not in that combat because we kind of
no, we totally tricked those guys.
got ganked.
Armin's at top.
I got all my dice out for nothing because they didn't even get a turn.
Ganked.
That's right. That's how you do it.
That's the proper way to do it.
Unrelated.
That's great too because I had planned for what is coming, so now I don't have to do anything.
Okay.
Unrelated to this and related to the utility spell stuff.
Yeah.
There are other games like Monster of the Week and Dungeon World that do a better job of allowing you to use utilities casting. Because it's not a spell slot system, it's you have a spell, you cast it, something happens.
We played Monster of the Week.
Yeah, we played it once.
Was that when I was sick?
Yep.
Okay.
It was pretty fun actually.
I would like to give it a try one day just to see.
It's definitely neat. And
Yeah.
it's it's in a current time setting. It's a now setting. So you don't have to like know all the fantasy stuff. You can just be like, well, y'all have cell phones. That's a thing.
Is it through Roll20 or something?
Yeah, you can play it on Roll20, but we played it
Do
in
they-
person.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did it in
okay.
person one week. I had a
Oh,
double.
okay.
So it turns out that what I was sick with was a common cold with a bilateral ear infection.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, that was not fun. That was not fun at all.
That sounds terrible.
Because here the thing is when I had the ear infection, I didn't realize I had the ear infection. So about a week later, when I was at Anime Weekend Atlanta, Friday morning at 8 a.m., the doctors finally called me back after like a week of me trying to get a hold of them for an appointment. So I had to leave the convention an hour after they called me back that morning to go to a last minute appointment, and they go, yeah, you have an ear infection in both ears. Now let me tell you, they give eardrops for that, some steroid eardrops, but because there's no generic for it, for a 0.7 ounce bottle of it to deal with the ear infection, it was $30 for that bottle of.
Whew.
And that was with my insurance. Without my insurance, it would have been $120.
That's ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
All because Bayer owns the rights to that, the eardrops.
Well, that's how they make their money.
Mm-hmm. My insurance somehow got it down to $30, but I was like, are you kidding me? That's not even an ounce.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So it reminds.
I mean,
me
that
of-
profit is ridiculous.
There's no
It's all
generic on
profit.
it. There's no generic for it because it has steroids in it.
I didn't even know that is that an FDA rule or something?
I
No,
think
they have
because
a
it has steroids.
They have a patent on
Yeah,
it.
they have a patent, and because there's no generic, I don't know if generics can be made with steroids. I don't think they can. I don't know. I'm no doctor, but
I think a generic just is something that is not the brand name version, but it's the identical. So a generic versus a brand name medication, they're the exact same ingredient. There's no
So-
difference.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
when the
so
when the
apparently,
patent rights run out. Once
Other companies
you
can
can only take the patent out for so long on a drug, and then once
Yeah.
that runs out, then it's free to make for anybody.
Right, anybody can take the formulation. Like they have to. It becomes public domain. The formulation does, but the way that they work around that and continue to keep patents on things is they change the delivery method and stuff on it. There's loopholes.
Yeah.
Like with insulin and stuff. It's like, oh well, this isn't the same insulin as before because now it's got a special delivery method, which is like it's nothing. It's as simple as like they changed just some little lever on it. So,
That sucks.
well,
All right.
all right. Well, that's it. If you're gonna, so for you, Brett, I guess you get all your stuff back since you're technically doing a full rest.
Cool.
Everybody else will do hit die and whatever your class allows. Davril get some spell slots back. Taz get some spell slots back. What about
Now,
Armin? You can swap spells if you need, right?
I can only swap spells on a long rest. I wasn't gonna do that
Okay.
anyway, and I don't gain any spell slots back.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
I mean, I would just gain hit points.
Okay. Do you get anything back for like lay on hands, or is that already full?
It's already full. I haven't used it.
Okay. All right. So you guys are pretty prepped. It sounds like. So
Yeah, I've still got most of. Well, I have my level 1 and 2 spells still up, but I'm missing 4 and 3. Both of those I've used up.
now you do have potions and stuff on hand. I know that you've got some scrolls. You have your elemental gem.
I'm going to read through my inventory again.
Yeah, me too.
I keep the cards handy, just so I know what you guys have. On hand.
The pyramid. Excuse me.
Yes.
I would just like to recharge that with more magic missile.
Okay. So you'll do that before your long rest, and then you get all that back. Okay. That pearl of power is still inert. You have your potion of lightning resistance.
Who has that?
Somebody's going to want to take that.
Somebody has it in their inventory. I don't know who had it, but you have one potion of lightning resistance.
You might want to give that to our tank.
We got 3
Um,
now. 400.
Oh. So you remember, Armin has his necklace of prayer beads.
Mm-hmm. I've used all the curing ones, so I have smiting and other stuff.
Okay, so you have your immovable rod.
Mm-hmm. Who bought that?
I think Istval did. We should use that rod as a nail.
That's what I
How
was
so?
just. Actually, that's funny that you said that because I'm literally reading.
You have a
Using
potion
immovable
of
rod.
fire breath. You have 2 scrolls, a scroll of cloud of daggers and a scroll of identify.
I'm going to use that as soon as I see the blue.
What, the scroll of identify?
Yeah. What's up?
So,
What's going on?
question here. You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that time I jumped inside of a dragon? Back
When
in
was
your
that?
realms.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what if I did that with the movable rod and then just clicked it on while I was inside?
That's what Reddit is asking right here in this thread. The belly of a dragon, and I turn on an immovable rod. What happens?
Like,
Are
That's a
y'all on
dumb-
the same Reddit page?
I
Probably.
was just thinking. I don't have anything open. But I was like, if he wouldn't be able to move without like dealing internal damage. He would end up puncturing a lung or something, right?
So, what it says is with the immovable rod is that From the way I'm reading the interpretation of it, the rod can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight. More weight causes the rod to deactivate and fall. So my thinking was, if I activated it like just in the middle of the air, because you can just it becomes magically fixed wherever you press the button. So it can
Right.
hover in space, it can be on a
Yes.
wall or whatever. So
Yes.
in my mind, if the dragon is charging forward and you just boop, pop it in place, and the dragon collides with it,
It would be
would
like
just
it's
punch
it-
right through it. The weight and inertia of a
Well,
20,000
it depends,
pound
right?
dragon.
Because if he's 8,000 pounds of force or greater,
Right.
then he pops right through it.
No, he
Yeah.
would just deactivate it. Is what would happen.
Right. But if it's inside of him when it's activated, it's not like his full force. It's going through his organs one at a time. Not
think
meeting
of
that
it.
force.
All right, let's think of it this way.
Oh, that's true. The squishy parts.
Yeah.
If you're on a plane and you drop a can of soda, does the can of soda lose all of its inertia, or does it move with the speed of the plane?
So that's different though, because this rod is magically fixed in place. So if you were inside of the dragon and you activated this, it would be like, all right, you would move, but until you exerted that 8,000 pounds of force, it would hurt like a bitch until it finally deactivated. Because if it was like in the side of his stomach, that's soft tissue on the inside of the dragon. It would just, I mean, in my mind, Now,
That's
at
a
some
fair
point-
point. That's a fair point.
at some point it would hit something like a bone or anything basically, and it would deactivate it. But until that point, that would hurt.
Massive internal damage, hemorrhaging, bleeding. Now the question
you
is,
imagine-
how do you get the dragon to eat you?
Well, it's more of a diving into the mouth kind of thing. But what happens
so
if a dragon's lungs collapse? Can
How
they
would you
still
get
breathe
into the
lightning?
dragon's lungs though?
Does anybody have an internal drawing of a dragon?
I ask because it's like it's going to shred more than his stomach. I think if he moves around at all, it's going to shred anything that's not in the rib, or that's in the rib.
So
cage.
as far as I've always read on dragons, they don't breathe. They have a sac or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like an organ
Yeah,
in their mouth.
Okay.
yeah.
But they use their force of breath to push out whatever it is.
Or it's like a bladder, how you squeeze it and it comes out.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a lightning dragon, so it's harder to argue that. If it was a fire
Yeah.
dragon, maybe.
I would love
He's
to
like
go
spraying
into a dragon
lighter
and
fluid
rip
out.
its lightning bladder.
That'd be pretty badass.
Just think we could use it as like a lightning accordion.
Right?
You can power a whole city with the thing.
Since we're done, I'm gonna go to bed. See y'all.
All right.
Yeah.